Chris Hayes, All In with Chris Hayes on MSNBC last night, did indeed feature part of my interview with Minnesota Republican Senate candidate Royce White. It was indeed the portion about his alleged spending of donor money at a strip club, not on strippers, but on food at the strip club. Because everybody knows the food at strip clubs is so good, you would go just for the food. And I know some people will write to me and they'll go, David, there's this place in Vegas where the food genuinely is that good. Okay, that may be, but it's not an explanation that made a lot of sense. So Chris Hayes featured this in a segment called Freaks and Geeks. And actually, the broader point of the segment that Chris Hayes did is a very good one, which is, once again, Republicans are doing the exact same thing, which is nominating absolute and total clowns in all sorts of parts of the country, setting themselves up for another major humiliating electoral devastation in November. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to make that a reality. But here is the segment from Chris Hayes. And again, you will notice my interview from Royce White making an appearance here.
Notably in Minnesota, where to take on incumbent Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar, Republicans have nominated Royce White, a former NBA player turned InfoWars lover, a guy who has advanced conspiracy theories about everything from Nancy Pelosi's husband and the Federal Reserve, while reportedly managing to owe over $800,000 in child support, is now having to answer questions about why his campaign spent $1,200 at a Florida strip club.
And by the way, I love the intro where he's having to answer questions. In a sense, that's true. I made him answer the questions. I like that lead-in.
Your claim is there were filings which said you spent campaign funds at a strip club, but they were incorrect filings.
No, they didn't say that I spent the funds at a strip club. Or no, let's say they didn't say that I spent the funds on strippers.
But it was spent at a strip club.
Well, a strip club they sell food at the strip club, don't they?
So you spent the money on food at a strip club. Is that more accurate?
You seem to be very unfamiliar with strippers and strip clubs and drag strip shows. So I'll inform you, maybe
Please.
You aren't informed, that they do have food at strip clubs.
Delicious. White has also rallied.
All right. So again, also really, really good stuff there. I think if I want to be picky, MSNBC, instead of just saying the source for that is YouTube, it's a little weird to be like, hey, this is an interview from YouTube. Usually you would put YouTube/The David Pakman Show. All right. But beggars can't be choosers. Okay. I'm not saying I'm being treated unfairly. Really, really great. And a bunch of attention for the show as a result of that. Membership dumps, people reaching out saying, David, I saw you on this. I saw you on that. So absolutely great, great stuff. I have another announcement to make, which I might as well make here because we're just talking about other things I'm going to be doing. I will be appearing on C-SPAN, which is, as we know, the most electrifying media outlet one can be on. And I'm sort of kidding because even though it is toned down, I actually think that you can have very good political discussion on C-SPAN. I'm going to be on C-SPAN taking calls from C-SPAN viewers opposite a conservative. And they actually found, I want to be careful, but they found a more reasonable right-winger who is not overtly a bomb thrower. I actually don't remember the guy's name, but I'm going to be appearing alongside him and we'll be taking questions for an hour on C-SPAN. It's going to be the week of July 1st. Probably on the Tuesday, I will follow up with you and tell you when that is. So some really good stuff going on with the show as we are building here towards a climax, which I don't know if it's going to be with the debate next week, if indeed it does or doesn't happen, or the election itself. But we are really building here. We're going to take a very quick break, hear from a couple of sponsors, and then the last 24 hours have really been something. So we will get everybody caught up on everything that's going on.